If and when you should ever be audited by the IRS, go to the meeting with the investigators. Sit in that uncomfortable chair, look him or her directly in the eye, and in answer to whatever their first question or comment is, say to them, "Sorry, I lost all the emails. Can I go now?" While along Tea Party lines, many are hoping that a certain Labrador can retrieve victory as the second most powerful Republican in Washington. These tales and more. Welcome in Newsmax senior editor David Patten joins us here on set. David, good to see you
Great
again.
to be with you.
We will hit all that, and by the way, David's going to join us a little bit later on the show as well. But let's shotgun through a couple of things here quick. Sure. Eric Cantor, first of all, we'll start with him, get to the rest. What's his future?
Well, I think he's got a really bright future. You know, people are not all aware, but he has a direct main line into the Wall Street community. Tremendous amount of fundraising ability. That was probably part of his problem in his race, is he spent so much time raising money for Republican congressional candidates all around the country, trying to accumulate chits that he could then presumably turn back in to perhaps someday be speaker, that it might have backfired on him. But he has tremendous contacts, very talented individual, and I think when some of the bad feelings from this election sort of wear themselves out, that even conservatives will recognize that he's a tremendous talent. The other thing is, in Virginia, politicians have a way of recycling, as do majority leaders as far as that go. Look at Dick Armey. So we've hardly seen the last of Eric Cantor.
You brought up something, though, very important to this, and that is the fact that connections that he has had on Wall Street, the banking connections, the financial connections, with him now out of power, supposedly, how is that going to affect the overall GOP as we head into the midterms? And then I guess the second part of that would be, is anybody ever really out of power, because he still is there to help if need be, correct?
Yeah, well, it's that second part of the question. No, he's not out of power. One reason why is he's still got a lot of money in his various PAC accounts, political accounts. So you're going to see candidates who are still going to be in close touch with him, and he'll still play an influential role. As far as the Wall Street connection, you know, a lot of people on the grassroots right would love nothing more than to see the GOP have less of an influence, less of a tie, if you will, to moneyed interests on Wall Street, and more of a connection to Main Street, where people are trying to get about their lives. After all, it's ultimately Main Street is going to probably decide who the Republican nominee and candidate is going to be in 2016.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
I lost the emails. That's got to be the most fun thing to say around Washington right now. Fun, darkly, of course.
And the dog ate my homework, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, here's the problem. Is number one, obviously it's not credible. It's especially not credible given the legacy of Obama administration officials who've gone to Congress and have actually misled them and later had to apologize for it. Eric Cantor being, Eric Holder being one, obviously. So yeah, it's not very credible, but here's the good thing. Governments document all their mistakes. So I can guarantee you right now there's an email FOIA request to get records of this communication about these supposed lost emails. This is all going to come out eventually.
Supposed. I like that very much. That's a good way to put it. David Patten, thank you so much. You will be back a little bit later on.
Thanks.
We will comment on everything else. One thing that we do want to comment right now is on your health. It is important to all of us that you have good health. Now, Chauncey Crandall's Healthy Eating right here on Newsmax.